Hello and welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report with head volleyball coach Kristina Hernandez. Thanks for joining us today, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
Coach, a successful week for your team, 2 road victories in the conference. The team is now 12-6 overall and 3-1 in conference. Just a general thought on how the season's progressing.
I feel this weekend we did a really good job of, adjusting really well to what some teams were doing with us. I think at this point in conference, everybody has a lot of film on you and knows what our weaknesses are, and so we're trying to get better at those, but also understand what we need to do during a match to kind of work that more towards our strengths, and that was something that we did well as a team. And Friday was a little bit of a struggle offensively for us. I think it took us a while to get going, but I'm happy we bounced back. And Saturday against Delaware, we started off the match really aggressively, and that continued throughout the 3 sets.
The Towson match, 2 different comebacks you had to make in the match, down 1-0, 2-1. Can you just talk about what you saw from your team as they were making each of those comebacks in a match? So, you obviously wanted to start off the weekend well.
There was a point during the 4th set, I think we were down 20-17, and it just kind of clicked. We made a little bit of adjustments, and we put Sarah in to kind of bring a different energy for us, and they just kind of started chipping away and working and getting back, and once the 5th set started, we were pretty much in control the whole time. And I wish we would have started off that well, but I'm happy that they bounced back and were able to keep the match on our side and get back in control of that match.
Obviously, it was a weekend that saw you face 2 teams you faced in the conference tournament last week. Towson has drastically changed from that team. But did you sense going into that match at all from your opponent that there was a sense that they wanted revenge at all?
Definitely. You could tell that just from warm-ups. There was a lot of stare downs and, that kind of fun stuff. And obviously just because we went over there and won on their home floor last year, I think just even if it's a completely different team, that's always in the back of your mind that somebody else won something that you were working for on your floor. So I think that was something that definitely helped Towson through the beginning of the match be really aggressive against us.
A bunch of quality individual accomplishments over the weekend, led as usual by Kelsey Wills. Can you talk about her accomplishments this weekend, including going over 1,200 career kills, only the 7th player in program history?
She's doing great. People are really starting to challenge her, and they're serving to her. They're trying to make her play defense and running a lot of offense toward her and trying to slow her down, and she's responding really well and really adapting and adjusting and finding different ways to score and really working on her defense. We're spending a lot of time on that to make sure that it's not something that frustrates her, and she's doing much better with that. But she's always trying to get better, and she's always wanting to improve. And even after this weekend, she said that she's got to find some different ways to score, and because she understands that people are really adjusting their game plans towards her, and it's something that she's just got to continue to challenge herself with.
We've talked previously about the 2-setter system that you're now employing to almost perfection. Can you talk about how the progression of that has happened this season with Hannah, Clem, and Kaitlyn Krause just really working very well on the court?
We finally figured out the middle connections that work better for them. Kate's doing a much better job offensively. Not a huge number, but she's able to score, 4 or 5 kills for us. It kind of helps us balance out our offense. And both of them are getting much more comfortable, and you can see that. And they're making great decisions and really looking on the other side to see how we can use our middles more effectively and get that in there. But with each match that they continue to grow confidence, you can just see them getting better and more comfortable. And people are hitting at them a lot on defense to kind of slow us down, and they're responding well, and it works out. And I think as they go along, we're just going to keep seeing them get more confidence, and you can see that in our numbers growing offensively just for them being able to deliver a very hittable ball for us right now.
How has the health of Noria, Lopez de Silva, and Adama Asia helped that progression in the setting position?
Very helpful. They're both strong for us in the middle. People are really starting to bunch block against us a lot more to kind of slow them down and push it out to the pins, which is something that we are excited about, and something that they've got to continue to find other ways to score. But they help us kind of give a little bit of pressure off of Kelsey and Em because they can slow the block down for them. And so that being able to have that variable for us this year, which is not something that was a very strong part for our game last year, is really helping our outsides produce a lot more and have some better looks on the offense.
The consistency of Emily Burke. Can you talk about that? You know, there was a little lull a couple weeks ago, but now she's kind of being a little more consistent and obviously helping Kelsey, you know, open up for her, the court for her.
She's doing phenomenal, and you know, even when she is starting out a little bit slow in some sets, she's able to bounce back now and really, you know, finish strongly for us, which is something that I'm not sure that we saw from her even at the beginning of this year or last year. And her confidence is growing, and you can see that in just how physical she's getting when she plays, and she's excited about it, and we're excited about it. And it's great because I think a lot of people tend to focus more on Kelsey and don't really worry about Em. So when that happens and Em takes people by surprise, I think game plans have to change. And then again, when you have to worry about two really strong outsides, it kind of opens up a lot of different options for us. And you know, again, having Nuri and Adama in there, you know, offensively it balances out everybody, but also it gives us the ability to have everybody capable of doing their job and not really just focus on one person that is going to win games for us.
On Saturday, you faced Delaware at Delaware. 3-set sweep of the Blue Hens. What went so well for your squad in that match that we're able to take care of business so quickly?
We adapted really well in defense. They started off, I think, almost every single ball was to Kelsey. And she was having a tough time and struggling, and she just kind of picked it up and was adjusting well. And they had to figure out some different things to do. Our blocking on the outside was definitely extremely strong for us. I'm not sure their outsides did very much against us, and we were kind of just focused on the right side a little bit, which we didn't do a very great job of stopping. But you know, we were able to slow down that part of their offense and defensively and our blocking. So then we just had to worry about you know, the middle and the right side, and when we can do that, it slows the game down to the speed that we want it to on defense, and I think that we did a great job in that match against them for that.
Quietly, Sofia Black is having a great season at your libero position. Can you talk about her development in her first season here at Hofstra?
She's growing every more each game. We're working on her reading and really trying to, you know, there's some really great outsides and some really great players in our conference that are they're not one-dimensional, and they do a lot of different things, and so kind of just expanding her game and her knowledge in that realm is something that we're really taking the time to do, and you can see that, and she's making better adjustments now, and her passing's pretty solid for us, and you know, as she continues to grow and get a little bit more mature, you know, we want to see those numbers keep raising for her.
One of your two remaining non-conference matches this season is tonight against Seton Hall. Quickly, your thoughts on that match?
They're a physical team. I think it's good for us to play another match this week since we don't play till Saturday. And Northeastern tends to be really physical in their block, so it's a good matchup for us. And I want us to play a little bit better. I don't feel like we really played well last year when we played them. So hopefully we can take our confidence from this weekend into this match and just see what happens tonight.
Back on the road in CA play on Saturday at Northeastern. Still early in the conference schedule, but both teams are 3-1. One game out of first place. Just your thoughts on facing Northeastern, who's always been a tough opponent in the conference.
Always been a tough opponent. It's a big rivalry for us. A little bit different look than they had last year. So I think that we can really do some things that kind of will turn the game more into match up to the way that we want to play. So that's going to be kind of our game plan with that, and try to slow down their outsides a little bit. But it's always a tough match, and it's a good rivalry, especially because we're both kind of head-to-head right now. And you know, we expect it to be a tough match. And
another match for Kelsey Wills to showcase her skills against one of the other better players in the conference as well.
Yes, you know, Kelly Bacon's a great outside, and she's been doing great so far. And again, it's not one of those people that you can necessarily shut down. You kind of just have to try to manage and really focus on the other components going on the other side. So we expect a good battle.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us today in the WB Mason Coach Report with head volleyball coach Kristina Hernandez.